One Calls the Heart, Season 13, Episode 11. The story moves toward one of its most intense moments yet, where the past refuses to stay buried, and the future of the town hangs in the balance. The episode opens with a heavy sense of tension surrounding the people of Hope Valley. Everyone knows that the trial will decide something bigger than just a legal case. It is about truth, trust, and the future of their town. For days, rumors have been spreading about Pioneer Electric and the terrible events connected to it. Many people believe the company has done something deeply wrong, something that changed lives and caused a terrible disaster, but proving it has been difficult. Evidence is limited, witnesses are uncertain, and powerful people seem determined to keep the truth hidden. Still, there is one piece of hope that might change everything. A signed confession from a man named Christopher Hughes suddenly becomes the center of attention. The document suggests that there is more to the story than anyone first believed. It hints that the disaster may not have been an accident at all. Instead, it may have been the result of decisions made by people who cared more about power and profit than the safety of an entire community. As the courtroom fills with quiet whispers, the tension grows stronger. Everyone is waiting to see if this confession will finally reveal what really happened. But the moment the confession is presented, a new problem appears almost immediately. The judge and everyone in the courtroom realize that something important is missing. Christopher Hughes himself is not there. The confession may be signed, but without the man who wrote it standing in court to explain the truth, everything becomes uncertain again. The judge asks the obvious question, where is Mr. Hughes and why is he not here to speak for himself? That single question fills the room with doubt. Some people begin to wonder if the confession is real, while others fear that someone may be trying to silence the man who wrote it. The absence of Christopher Hughes suddenly turns a hopeful moment into a mystery. The people who believed this confession could change everything now realize that they may still be far from the truth. Outside the courtroom, emotions are running high. The residents of Hope Valley are deeply connected to the outcome of this trial. Many of them remember the pain and loss connected to the events being discussed. For them, justice is not just a legal word, it is something personal. They want to believe that the truth will come out and that those responsible will finally be held accountable. But the longer the situation continues without clear answers, the more uncertain everything feels. Some people worry that Pioneer Electric might escape responsibility completely. The idea that such a powerful company could cause so much damage and simply walk away without consequences creates frustration and fear. It raises a troubling question that no one wants to face. What if the system meant to protect them cannot actually deliver justice? Meanwhile, those closest to the case refuse to give up hope. They know that even when the situation looks impossible, there may still be one more move left to try. The confession may not be enough on its own, but it proves that someone out there knows the truth. And if the truth exists, then there must be a way to bring it into the light. Quiet conversations begin to happen behind closed doors as people start thinking about what they can do next. They understand that time is running out, but they are not ready to surrender. Sometimes the smallest clue can open the door to something much bigger. At the same time, another emotional story is quietly unfolding. A father is reaching out to his son with a message that carries both pain and hope. The words are simple but powerful. Come home. It is a reminder that no matter how far someone has gone or how many mistakes they may have made, there is always a chance to return. This moment adds a deeper emotional layer to the episode. While the town struggles with questions of justice and truth, individuals are also facing their own personal battles. Forgiveness, loyalty, and family ties all become part of the larger story. Back in the courtroom, the judge prepares to deliver a verdict. The room becomes silent as everyone realizes how important this moment is. Without Christopher Hughes present to confirm his confession, the situation has become dangerously uncertain. The future of the case could turn in any direction. Some people hold their breath, hoping that something will happen before the final decision is announced. Others fear that the opportunity for justice may slip away forever. And just when it seems like everything is about to end, new emotions begin to surface in a completely different part of the story. A quiet conversation reveals a moment of honesty between two people whose connection has been slowly growing over time. One simple question changes the tone of the moment. When did it start for you? It is not just curiosity. It is the kind of question that can only be asked when someone is ready to open their heart completely. The answer carries vulnerability and warmth, showing that even in the middle of conflict and uncertainty, love still has the power to grow. This mixture of suspense, mystery, and emotion makes the episode feel more intense with every passing moment. The truth about Pioneer Electric is still hidden somewhere. Christopher Hughes is still missing, the verdict is getting closer, and the people of Hope Valley are standing at a crossroads where one decision could change everything. What happens next will determine whether the town finally finds the justice it has been searching for, or whether the truth will remain hidden just a little longer. As the pressure inside the courtroom grows, the absence of Christopher Hughes becomes more than just a missing witness. It becomes the center of a dangerous mystery. Everyone understands that the signed confession could expose the truth about Pioneer Electric, but without the man who wrote it standing before the judge, the entire document begins to lose its strength. Some people in the room exchange worried looks, wondering if someone powerful might be working behind the scenes to keep Hughes silent. Others begin to question whether he disappeared on his own, possibly afraid of the consequences that might follow once the truth comes out. The uncertainty spreads through the courtroom like a quiet storm. Every second that passes without hearing from Hughes makes the situation more fragile. For the people fighting for justice, it feels like they are standing on the edge of a final opportunity that could disappear at any moment. Those who believe in the truth of the confession refuse to accept defeat so easily. They know that Hughes once worked close enough to Pioneer Electric to understand the decisions that were made behind closed doors. If his confession is genuine, then it means he knows details that no one else has revealed yet. That knowledge makes his absence even more suspicious. Some begin to wonder if he might be hiding because he fears retaliation. Others suspect that he may be struggling with guilt, unsure whether he has the courage to face everyone and repeat the accusations in public. Whatever the reason, one thing is clear. The truth cannot fully surface unless Hughes finally appears. Quiet discussions begin among those trying to protect the town's future. They start asking themselves if there is still time to find him before the judge delivers the final verdict. Outside the courthouse, the atmosphere in Hope Valley reflects the same uncertainty. Groups of residents gather to talk about the trial, each person sharing their own fears and hopes. Many remember the terrible events that destroyed lives and changed the town forever. They want answers, but they also want closure. Some believe that justice is close, while others fear that powerful companies like Pioneer Electric always find ways to escape responsibility. The thought that an entire town could suffer while those responsible move forward without consequences fills many people with frustration. Still, Hope Valley has always been a place built on resilience. Even when situations seem impossible, the community refuses to stop believing that the truth will eventually rise to the surface. At the same time, the emotional message sent to a son continues to echo quietly through the story. A father's words carry a mixture of regret and hope. It is never too late to come home. The message is simple, but it represents something deeper. It speaks about forgiveness and the possibility of redemption. In a world where mistakes can create distance between people, the invitation to return home reminds everyone that relationships can still heal. For the son receiving that message, the words bring powerful emotions. He must now face the choice between continuing to run from his past or finding the courage to return and confront it. That decision could change not only his life, but also the lives of the people waiting for him. Back in the courtroom, the judge prepares to move the case forward despite the missing witness. The legal process cannot wait forever, and the court must eventually reach a conclusion. The tension rises again as people realize that the moment of judgment is approaching quickly. Some glance toward the courtroom doors, hoping that Christopher Hughes might suddenly walk in before the final decision is announced. Others prepare themselves for the possibility that the confession may not be enough to change the outcome. Every face in the room reflects the same silent question. Will the truth appear in time, or will it arrive just a little too late? As the trial reaches its most critical point, the weight of uncertainty begins to affect everyone involved. The confession from Christopher Hughes continues to sit at the center of the case, like a powerful truth that cannot yet fully speak for itself. Lawyers carefully discuss its meaning, pointing out the details written in Hughes's own words. According to the confession, decisions made by Pioneer Electric may have directly led to the disaster that caused so much suffering. If those claims are true, then the company's reputation could collapse overnight. But without Hughes standing there to confirm